Okay, here recently, man, we have a couple of rappers, man, from Atlanta that went to jail. Young Thug, YSL, his members in the gang. Well, I don't want to say gang, but the rap group, they went to jail. They was hit with a RICO charge.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I know y'all know. I know you know how serious the RICO charge is.
Yeah.
They looking at some time they're talking about. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I know you did 30 years in prison and things like that. You may not know too much about these rappers, right?
Right.
But I just want to ask you, man, what do you think be going through these rappers' head, bro? Because it be crazy. Like some rappers do come from the streets. Right. You see what I'm saying? And some do start like cliques and stuff like that in the streets, and then they turn it into a rap group, right? But when they hit this money though, like 30, 40 M's, and they still trying to live the you think it's worth it, bro? Like, or is they crashing out, or they don't have the right people around them? Like, what? Because you can't be in your right state of mind, and I just don't want to. I'm not targeting them, right?
Right.
I'm asking the question because this is what recently happened.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And my thing is, I sometimes I feel like rappers crash out just to prove a point that they still a street nigga.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I do too, and sometimes I think it's a male weakness, like the ego part. You see what I'm saying? And we can't mentally like pull out of that type of stuff because we're so locked in. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never been financially stable, but I had a little money in the streets in the game, and I understood. Like I said, when I used to just, when it was in the streets and it was hard in the streets, I just get out the streets because I know one thing: it's too hard to eat in the streets like that. Yeah. And the way these guys are eating, they eating, when they say eating, if these dudes making 20 or 30, 40 million dollars in 5 years, guess what? When he say eating out the street, get what? All that, I get it out the mud, all that, get what? That becomes a self-preservation thought.
Right.
And even though you know that I'm financially stable, I don't need nothing. But guess what?
Right.
Because of greed, we will go over and beyond, exceed what we need. That's what I think. Because I don't know why would you see yourself as a successful businessman. Mm-hmm. You hear me?
Right.
To be able to go in a Versace store or wherever and pick anything off that boy when he says 5,500, tell him put it in a bag. And those are some heck of a people that would be able to do that. But in all actuality, when you get to that point, you have to start thinking for self. You can't be thinking for the people around you because you got people that's on your vine that ain't eating like you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you used to saying, oh my daughter, man. Cause you got you got a vine, your brothers is your vine, you hear me?
Right.
So all of us are in the same gang, but guess what? Surely we don't get the same percentage. So you eating where you might be making $2 or $3, $4 million out the street per year, and then dude is just getting by. But then because you spend so much time with me, taking me here or there, I don't realize I ain't banked up like you is until like right now. You hear me?
Right,
when they get them lawyers, see them other dudes, when they get their lawyers and them niggas go to snitching on each other.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy because guess what? Them niggas that wasn't eating like you was eating, daddy, guess what? They ain't got no motherfucking money for a $2.5 million lawyer and just say, eat my dick. Federal government.
Yeah.
They don't have, you see what I'm saying? You can do that. You can go get some legitimate money and do that.
Right.
You hear me?
Right.
But little dude, little Donald and little Billy boy, the little stragglers, they can't get that. They got a pretty car, they got a little money, little jewelry, because that's what dudes do with their money. They got them little car, little jewelry, and guess what? Probably got them a house. But guess what? When it come to money, I'm getting it like I live. I'm getting it out the mud. So I'm getting it, and you think I got a lot of it because I got a lot of it in my pockets.
Right.
But guess what? I ain't got none where he got some.
Right.
So he got some over there in the Federal Reserve Bank. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got some cheddar over there. He got millions. So when you don't got that kind of money, guess what? and you are, you know, them the ones that gonna get the most time. The littlest dudes is gonna get the most time if they solid. You hear me?
Yeah.
And I feel like dudes like Young Thug and all them dudes, they gonna get something, but they won't get what they would have got.
Right.
Otherwise, a situation.
Right.
But the white folks want to put them away for one reason: a successful black man.
Right.
Yeah. So in all actuality, I think that when you become successful, you gotta understand that you got a bigger target on your back as a black man. Because not only are you a black man, you black, you dangerous,
right.
you young,
right,
you smart,
right.
And guess what?
Well, you say it's successful. Do you think it's just because, you know, it's different? Like, you think it's the rap thing that's making them the target?
No, it's not the rap thing. It's our actions that make us the target, period. You hear me? Because me, I can be on some great positive stuff. But if I dress like I used to dress, if I bone out that house, all black diggies, all black everything, you hear me? And it's a little loose, you know. Nowadays people wear their clothes kind of fitting, and it's a little loose, and I look like I used to look. When you see me and you look me up and down and you can't see if I'm packing it or not, guess what? I'm gonna draw more attention dressed like that than dressed like these guys with the tight clothes. Because guess what? If I got a gun, you can see it.
Facts.
But I said that to say this here. Our actions as young black males is like, we are intimidating. We are intimidating by the way we look at people. Because if somebody say something crazy to you, guess what? You don't even realize the snare you put on your face.
Yeah.
So that says, I dislike what you just said to me. So a lot of times when people question our authority and we have to answer to them,
right,
it make us upset. So when it make us upset, if you're a good person that reads people, guess what? You seen me get tight, and you seen me look at you, and you seen my eyebrows move to say, this son of a gun was contemplating telling me something real slick.
Yeah.
He had to catch himself. But I said that to say this real. A lot of times it's more us than them. But guess what? When you get young and rich and successful, you gotta understand, them people got a target on your back so big. Because guess what they don't want you to have? They don't want you to have money, fame, and comfort. These people have the kind of money that their families will never have to work in their life. After them people get through taking what they gonna take from Young Thug, guess what? He'll still be set for life. Yeah. However long he go to penitentiary, he still be alright. But at the end of the day, I wish that on no man, not even my worst enemy, because I understand prison is not a place that helps us as individuals if we can't help ourselves as individuals.
Right.
If we don't know how to reconform, if we don't know how to do what it takes to evolve, you hear me?
Right.
Guess what? You can get out of penitentiary 5 or 6 or 10 times, and get what you're gonna still do. You're gonna go back.
Go back. Because
you're not mentally focused and understanding that that place is a place that these people put us. But guess what? When they put us there, guess what they do?
Right.
They make a whole bunch of money, and get what they don't do? They don't spend it on you. They don't spend it to make sure that you are educated. They don't spend it. You know, these suckers rather give you a job than give you education.
Right.
You hear me? When I first went to prison, you know, it was dude down there getting all kind of degrees, bachelor degrees, all type of things, and all type of facets of life. And they was getting out of prison being successful. Now that was in like the 90s, like 92, 3, 4, 5. In 96, I want to say, when they stopped letting people in prison get college degrees. Look at the turnover rate in prison.
Yeah.
So that says, if you cannot conform by yourself, if you cannot outthink your old thinking process, you'll be back in the penitentiary.
You'll be back in there.
And that's why I told him on my channel, I say, man, I don't do nothing to go to prison. I don't break the law no more.
Yeah.
But if I did break the law, you know what I wouldn't do? If I got caught breaking the law, I wouldn't tell on nobody to send them to prison. I would go to prison for myself, because I did it. Because I'm that type of person. But I know one thing. Prison ain't for me no more. I did all my prison time at one time. And I got a brother in prison. My brother named Curtis Moffitt. I hate to say I'm going to go visit him. That's the only reason I'm going to go to prison.
Right.
That's the only reason I'm going to go to prison. To visit my brother. And I don't see no other kind of way. So, you know, prison, you know, dudes that try to go to prison, dudes that can't, I think they're old thinking patterns, you know, dudes that, you know, I see those people as, at the end of the day, you won't amount to anything, because we as people evolve.
Right.
And you should evolve. At 25 years old, you should be a standard grown man.
Yeah.
You know, not 21. You know, everybody don't get grown at 21.
Yeah. And some don't make it to 30.
I did it at 35.
Yeah.
Cause from 18 to 35 in the penitentiary,
yeah,
you can get it wherever. When I was that dude,
yeah.
But I had to think. I had to switch my thinking pattern, because I seen that I was getting close to society, and I understand in society don't want these type of individuals in here out here no way. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially if, you know, like me, you know, they consider me to commit a heinous crime. People don't want me out here in this world, so I gotta fight for everything and every little inch I get.
Mm.
I'm talking about, man, do you know how long the average man takes? 20, 30 days to get a CDL. You know how long it took me?
Yeah.
Like 60 days. Yeah. Between the place, my parole officer, and all the other obstacles I had to cross, I had to fight for everything I got, man. So I understand wanting something and succeeding at it. And when I see people like those young guys that succeeded, got everything they wanted, and then greed kicked in and they wanted some more.
Right.
I understand, you know, that's what got me shot. That's what got me in prison. So due to the fact that I understand, greed is greed is like lust.
Right.
Yeah, greed is like lust. So, you know, when I look at stuff that I can have, genuinely have, instead of looking at stuff I know I can't have. I ain't looking at no Mercedes Benz, because guess what? I can't have it. Let Laura Sodas buy it for me. I can't buy it.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the things that I look at are things that I can afford, and I say that with a grain of salt, because before I die, I want to be able to look at whatever I want to look at and say I want it, and I don't care what the price is.
Right.
You hear me? So
right.
I'm trying to get to where they were at. And I guess they trying to get where I was at.
Yeah.